In this video, I'm going to give you an introduction to effective interest rate. And effective interest rate is just effectively what you're getting as interest for a year. So if I say I'm going to give you 11% compounded monthly, you're not getting 11% because it's getting compounded every month, bit by bit by bit. By the end of the year, your 11% might actually be 12.5%. And so you're effectively getting a bit more. And so the first thing to remember with effective interest rate is it's just calculated for 1 year. The second thing is in the formula, you're basically just comparing apples with apples. And so you're comparing the same amount of money with the same amount of money. It's like comparing it with your own bank account. And it's done for a year. And so we don't worry about the actual money itself, the final amount, the A, the P, the starting amount. We just work with basically the brackets, and then the N is always done for a year. The next bit of critical information is that all the changes happen on the nominal side. So if I say to you, like this example, you're going to get 9% compounded quarterly, then just remember I'm not going to be dividing the effective interest rate by 4 and all of that. All the changes happen on the nominal side. And so as you can see in this example, I've put my interest rate 9%. I like to write it as 0.09 compounded quarterly, so over 4. It's done for 1 year times 4, because we always, what we dividing in our compounding, we timesing to our years. This then gives you an answer, 1.09 with all of its decimals. Keep the decimals on your calculator. Then I just minused 1 from there, and it gave me 0.093. And then to get an actual effective interest rate, I just times it by 100, and that gave me my final answer. What can be a bit more confusing is if they say the effective interest rate is 11.8%, what is the nominal amount if it's compounded monthly? And so you'd have to lay out your formula like this, like normal, and this would be the trickier version of how they could ask you. Then you know the effective is 11.8, so you must sub it in here. But you also know from this video that the changes, so it's compounded monthly, the changes will all happen on this side. So the dividing by 12 and the timesing by 12. And so how would I get myself out of this question? What I'd have to do is I would have to 12th root my answer. So if I 12th rooted this side, I get my answer of 0.093. Then if it was me, I'd take the 1 across next. And then to finish off the question, you're trying to get the nominal amount, so you're going to have to times by 12 and then times by 100 to turn it into a nice percent. And so my final answer was 11.21% is the nominal interest rate. And so that's effective interest rate going backwards. If this was an actual question back to the top involving money, and I invested 5,000 Rand at 9% compounded quarterly for 3 years, then this is how I type it in with all the changes that you're probably used to. If I tell you use the effective interest rate achieved in this question, then what ends up happening is you put your effective interest rate, 0.93, and then you don't still go and divide it by 4 for the compounding. You'll just do it for 3 years. So if you ever need to use the effective interest rate, like I've done here, you don't put all the compounding in because it's already been incorporated when you worked out the effective interest rate. I hope you found that helpful just to feel your way all around effective interest rate. If you did, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with your friends. Thanks.